Hey there, it's me Nate, and today we're going to be doing another book tag video. This time we're going to be doing the mid-year book Freakout tag for 2026. This is a bit late. I actually wanted to do this last week, but I was a bit busy last week, so we're doing it this week. And even then it's a bit late because we're already towards the end of July. But regardless, I felt like doing this, so I'm going to do it. So let's get into it. Let's see, so question number 1. Best book you've read so far in 2016. I actually have the books set aside here so I can just pull them off and show it to you. So for the best book I've read so far this year, not 2016, 2026, the list of questions I'm looking forward to was made back in 2016. So if I say 2016, I meant 2026. But anyway, the best book I've read so far in 2026 is Ender's Game, Orson Scott Card. This was a reread for me this year, because I probably hadn't read this since 2016 or earlier. But yeah, Ender's Game is just an absolute classic. It's a masterpiece. If you're looking to get into sci-fi, it is without question probably like one of the best starting points of sci-fi fiction to get into. But if I am talking about books I've read for the first time in 2026, what was the best one? I would say it would be The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. Another book I think is also a masterpiece. This is, fantasy, and the themes it explores and the topics it discusses and the character journey that you go across in The Golden Compass, I think is just amazing. So yeah, those are, either way, those are the best books I've read so far in 2026. Let's see. Question number 2. The best sequel you've read so far in 2026. So for me, that would be The Tower of Swallows by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is the second to last book of the Witcher saga. And yeah, this the character journey that Ciri goes on in this book, like her development, the things that she goes through. I mean, not to say that she hadn't already been through a lot, in her life, but in this book especially, the torment that she suffers under Bonhart and the discoveries and resolve that she finds within herself are really great. So yeah, this is my favorite sequel for this year. Let's see. A new release that I haven't read yet, but I want to. So, this is, let's see, what is it? The Heart of the Naga by Yong-Do Lee. Now, this is as far as I know, I think it's supposed to be a trilogy, or maybe it's 4 books. But this is a Korean fantasy series. Some people say it is like they're like the Korean Tolkien, like the Korean like Lord of the Rings. It is on that level of fantasy over there. And so yeah, I would like to read this, but I'm probably not going to get to it this year. But it looks really interesting. It's this fantasy world. It has interesting new races compared to like what you would, it's not your typical like, elves and dwarves. It's different. Like there's like chicken people and like lizard people and stuff. It seems really interesting. But yeah, that's the new release that I'd be kind of interested in. Let's see. Oh, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I'm not, since I am still like so early on in my like reading journey, there's like so much like older things I still want to read. But if I had to pick something, I would pick Massive by Garth Nix. This is his new sci-fi book. I think it comes out in September. And this is basically about like these living sentient mountains that also serve as like spaceships for like humanity and I think maybe other alien races. to like travel, the cosmos and stuff. And so it's basically about like discovering like why are these mountains doing this like free of charge basically for these people. So I'm not sure if it'll be good or not, but it sounds interesting. So yeah, that'd be the one I would be interested in. Ooh, so number 5, my biggest disappointment. This would be The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman. After absolutely loving The Golden Compass, I moved on to The Subtle Knife, and whether it was the portrayal of the characters, the subtlety of the writing, or like the introduction of new characters that fell completely flat for me, The Subtle Knife was an absolute departure from everything that made The Golden Compass exceptional. The Subtle Knife, it felt like a slap in the face after reading The Golden Compass, and so I got like halfway through before I put it down and moved on. So yeah, The Subtle Knife was definitely my biggest disappointment. Number 6, my biggest surprise. So my biggest surprise would again be The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman, because before reading the book, I was quite positive that I was not going to like it. Years ago, I had tried watching his Dark Materials on HBO and found it to be a bit boring. To me, it just kind of felt like serious Harry Potter. And after reading the book, I found it to be like so much more than that. And that was really great. That was like really, a great time being surprised by that and seeing the level of depth in that book. Number 7, my favorite new author. For me, this would be Andrzej Sapkowski, the writer of the Witcher books. So this year, I've really gone on this Witcher journey, and the majority of the books that I liked this year were probably Witcher books. And so definitely there were like moments I wasn't like, quite sure about how much I liked his prose in the short story collections. But once I got to the novels, I enjoyed it a lot more when he was telling a more full and complete story. There were definitely some rough moments, though, like in Time of Contempt and Blood of the Elves, where things could be it felt a bit drawn out and dry. But past that, I've been really enjoying my time with Sapkowski's writing. So I think he's gotten better as the books have progressed, at least to me. So yeah, I would have to say Sapkowski for my favorite author so far this year. Or my favorite new author. Number 8, my newest fictional crush. I'm going to skip this because I don't really have one. Yeah. Let's see. Number 9, my newest favorite character. I'd have to say Ciri. Like I mentioned when I talked about The Tower of Swallows, her character journey is like really captivating, and like seeing how she has changed and developed from the beginning of the Witcher saga to like where I am now has been a lot of fun. It's a really interesting, like, great journey, because the series is really about her. It's not about Geralt, which is like I think the surprise and kind of like the secret that you don't realize until you actually read the book, because you might watch the Witcher show, or you might play the Witcher games, which are very much about Geralt, but then you read the books and it's like, oh no, Geralt is not the main character at all. He might be the main character in the short stories. When it comes to actual novels, Ciri's the main character. Geralt is a secondary character. So, yeah, Ciri's my one of my new favorite characters. Number 10, books that made me cry. I don't think I've cried reading anything this year. Ender's Game and The Golden Compass definitely had like some really touching moments that made me think, like definitely like, introspectively, and like the things I would like reflect on, like weeks or months later. But I haven't cried reading anything this year so far. it takes a lot to make me cry reading a book. I don't think I've cried reading a book, like actual like novel, like prose book, in quite some time. I don't think it's been since I was a kid that that's happened. Like a manga or like a graphic novel, I think they have the cheat of like having images to go along with the prose. It's a lot easier to cry reading, you know, like one of those. But for a prose novel, I think it's been a long time. I can't remember the last time. Let's see. Question number 12. A book that made me happy. So even though I'm not the biggest fan of the whole series anymore, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone definitely made me happy when I reread this earlier this year. I definitely had a lot of fun. There's a lot of joy and hopefulness in the story. And it's a story about like a found family, and like finding a place where you belong and you can be yourself. So definitely reading Sorcerer's Stone definitely made me happy. Let's see. Number 12, the most beautiful book I got this year. And that would be my Broken Binding edition of Crossroads Ravens by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is one of the prequel books in the one of the prequel Witcher books that Sapkowski wrote. So this is before most of the events of the Witcher saga. It has this different, this alternate dust jacket cover compared to like the standard edition. And it has these, I don't know how well this is going to show up. Hold on, let me get my face out of the way. So there we go. Yeah, it has like these sprayed edges with a raven. And then the naked hardback, you got like the Viper School emblem on the front. And the, oh, hold on, let me get the other. And you got the Wolf School on the back. So yeah, I would, and then I think they have, yeah, they got these illustrated editions right there, and they got one in the back. It's like, yeah. So definitely, it's just a really gorgeous, well done edition by Broken Binding of Crossroads of Ravens. Oh, let me get this dust jacket back on here before I continue. If I don't do it now, I'll just set it to the side and it'll get messed up. There we go. All right. Number 13. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? So the only thing that I want to really make sure that I get finished this year is the rest of the Witcher books. And I only have 3 left, so it's going to be pretty easy to do. So I have The Lady of the Lake, which I am going to be reading next after my current read. Then I have Season of Storms, and then the Crossroads Ravens that I just showed you. So yeah, I have these 3 Witcher books left, and then I'll be done with the series. So those are like my main like things I absolutely must really want to get done by the end of the year. Just because I want to make sure that I get at least, one series complete and finished, for the channel by the end of the year. But also just because, more importantly, I really want to do it. Because a lot of series that I've started this year, I maybe get in an entry or 2 and I end up DNFing the series. Which I think will happen less and less over time as I get, as I read more books and discover more of what I like to read, and more, as I develop my taste more for like fantasy and sci-fi and literature. And then last question, number 14, my favorite book community member. So I will say Eternal Reads. He has been in my comments a lot, giving me a lot of recommendations, and giving video ideas, like doing the tags, like when I did that booktuber roll tag a few weeks ago, a month ago, I don't know. So yeah, definitely Eternal Reads. He has a channel himself on YouTube. I'm gonna put the link to his channel in the description below. You should go check him out. But yeah, definitely, he's probably my favorite book community member, or the only one that I've really talked to that much, really. So yeah, but that is my mid-year freakout tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I know there's a lot of, I use the same book for multiple answers, because I have tried a lot of books, but I probably only finished, I don't know, 20 or a bit less than 20 books this year. So it is what it is. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you could, like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you have done the mid-year mid-year book freakout tag, let me know the answers to the questions in the comments down below, or or any of the thoughts that you had on my answers to these questions, or prompts. But yeah, until next time, have a good day.